Hello and welcome to the Wisdom Chambers Youth Review for this week. Show 182, I believe, Elizabeth.
It sure is, and it's an extra special show tonight.
It is special. It is special. We're all here. It's kind of like family, homegrown, and it's extended family this week, actually.
It is.
So it's kind of crowded and packed and fun-loving this week. So what do we got this week? We've got Aaron Free doing his usual film review, bringing up what's new and what's interesting in the films that have debuted this week.
And then we've got Scott coming in with World of the Forbidden, where he delves into whatever's on his mind this week.
Which could be just about anything. Yeah. Kind of out of line. Couch Potatoes. Liz and Miranda have a special guest this week. They've got Nick Testoni from Home and Away. One of our leading lights of soap opera in Australia. So there you go. Coming into it like that.
And after that, we've got you, Don. With review, and I understand you're reviewing a book by Jim Cole.
Joe
Cole about life on the road.
Yeah. When he's on the road with Black Flag and Roland's band. The book's not actually so much about that as about how he feels during this time, and I'm really not actually talking about the book so much, but it's nice to have a starting point, something to talk about.
Good.
Yeah. After that, we've got Mickey and Nathan doing their Bus Dancers review. They've got the new record by Inertia out, the debut record by Inertia, so that'll be interesting, and they'll be probably playing some of that for you. What else are they doing? What's up in the music scene, especially this weekend, so for all you groovers out there, they want to hit the town, say tonight, tomorrow night, or the night after, you'll know what to do. I believe they've also brought some live footage in from Oxford Street, is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've heard, live footage from Oxford Street. Special event, so there you go.
And that's followed by Sexpression with Dermot, where Dermot tonight is talking about contraception, condoms and diaphragms, and he informs us it's going to be better than sex life.
Better than sex? Yeah. And why not, you know? Why not? Something for everyone. Okay, after that, my God, after that, you're up.
My turn.
Women's issues, freedom for women and equality and so on and so forth. Reclaim the Night, I believe is your topic tonight, right? Reclaim the Night.
Yep.
And what?
Safety in the street.
Safety in the street, safety in the home, that sort of thing.
And then Dave's coming back, and he's going to be interviewing the band.
Yeah, we've got a band here tonight, live band. Got a live band. Woo! The band is called Snatch, is that correct? I believe the band is called Snatch. Yeah. Snatch, we have Snatch with us here tonight. So that'll be excellent. All right, after that we've got, well, kind of before that, really. We've also got Michael and his guests, I believe, are Eddie and Ange. They run a little sports scene based on football. So I think it's football. Is that? Well, I think it's based on football. Yep. So that should be interesting too. And
then we've got a segment full of CTV1 information, and that's being hosted by Nick Testoni, Royce, the station founder, and Tim, the ex-administrator, and they can tell you everything about us.
The history, the deep, dark secrets and skeletons in the closet and all that. But right up now, coming up right now, with you right now in the studio, we have Snatch playing live.
Whoa.
life. I can say, what do you take me for? Make a promise, you take it back. What do you think this is? Some cheap snatch and grab. Don't worry, no one can help me. You push and shove, I'm falling back. I can't take it, I don't have to, 'cause I'm afraid you hurt that good. No one else, no one takes, I'm emotional. No more grief, no more score, I'm emotional. You say it's love, love in your face. You're a boy, I think I'll read a book. You got passion, you share it around. I'm not the only feather in your crown. Don't worry, no one can help it. You push and shove, one for me. I can't take it, I don't have to, 'cause I'm afraid you hurt that good. No more eyes, no more tears, I'm emotional. No more grief, no more score, I'm emotional. You still miss that faces on. You ain't at me, you smiling as well. You think you're cute, but you're not. Get over yourself, 'cause I'm had enough. No more eyes, no more tears, I'm emotional. No more grief, no more score, I'm emotional. I'm emotional. I won't take it no more. Just get over yourself. I'm emotional. I'm emotional. Just get over yourself. I'm emotional. Thank you. Sight live in your lounge room. I'm going to do a song called Attitude, which just about sums it all up. Women's issues. Girls now, hey, I can tell I don't really want to see you, because I feel like hell. I found a number in your notebook, I didn't want to pry. You've been talking in your sleep now, it just makes you want to cry. What about the things that you said to me? What about the things that you do with me? You've been walking around in circles, you've been dyeing your hair, you've been doing all kinds of stuff like you don't really care. What about the things that you said to me? What about the things that you did, that you do with me? What about the plan that you had with me? What about it? With your attitude, it's hard to take, it's killing me. I'm about to break. It's your attitude giving you away. I see it changing every in circles. I can tell you've been walking around the town now. Yeah, I can tell you've been looking around the town now. For me, it's next. You were calling out the wrong name. Will we have sex? What about the things that you said to me? What about the things that you did that you do to me? What about the plan that you had with me? What about it? With your attitude, it's hard to take. It's killing me. I'm about to break. It's your attitude giving you away. I see changing every day. That you held me, what about the things that you did that you do me? What about the time you smoke out my jelly? What about it? It's your attitude that's hard to take. It's killing me. I'm about to break. It's your attitude giving you away. I see changing every day. That you said that you said to me? What about the things that you did that you do to me? What about the plan that you had with me? What about the time that you spoke out my jelly? What about the time that you had with me? What about it? Teach you how to be so vain? Did your father teach you how to be so cruel? Did you learn to fight dinner with the boys in school? Or did you learn firsthand from the violence at home? Were you always this way? Or did you change? Was Barry hand to play? Or was it choice? Was your conscience clear and naive? So tell me you can't think your mind's insane. Did your mother teach you how to be so vain? Did your father teach you how to be so crude? Did you learn to fight dinner with the boys in school? Or did you learn firsthand from the violence at home? Your attitude is hard to take, but maybe it's me. You live your life this way, but it's your choice. You're in your own kind of couch trying to break through. Love leaves your poor, but you're hard to take. Did your mother teach you how to be so vain? Did your father teach you how to be so cruel? Did you learn to fight dinner with the boys in school? Or did you learn firsthand about the violence at home? Did your mother teach you how to be so vain? Did your father teach you how to be so cruel? Did you learn to fight dinner with the boys in school? Or did you learn firsthand about the violence at home? Did your father teach you? Did close at home. Did you learn firsthand from the ones at home? Thank you. Do we have time for one more? It's a bit of a dark song. Flying dogs and spirits, voices tell me to end it all. Things said on my bed, love for stare at me. I can smell the stench that rises from these dead things in my head. All strength thinking began to shrink, crushing me between them, hard to run, trapped in mental hell. Cry myself to sleep, just got to end it all. Cry myself to sleep, I learned it hard to hang on. Don't wanna go on this way, trapped in mental hell. Devils in my head, I can feel his heated breath. Starve myself to starve him, talk to Jim today. Told me I'll be okay, got a new song just for you. You can have it for a price, just your soul will do, trapped in mental hell. Cry myself to sleep, just got to end it all. Cry myself to sleep, but it hard to hang on. Don't wanna go on this way, trapped in mental hell. To have a needle, thought they were poisoning me. Have to leave this place, make pay for free. I'm too weak to slow, get conscious before I'm out. Try to jump and pull me back, have to pretend now hell, trapped to mental hell. Cry myself to sleep, just got to end it all. Cry myself to sleep, I learned it hard to hang on. Don't wanna go on this way, trapped in mental hell. Cry myself to sleep, just get to hell now. Cry myself to sleep, but it hard to hang on. Don't wanna go on this way, don't wanna go on this way, don't wanna go on this way, trapped in mental hell. Thank you.
I believe with the advent of acid, we discovered a new way to think. And it had to do with piecing together new thoughts in your mind. Why is it that people think it's so evil? What is it about it that scares people so deeply? Even the guy that invented it. What is it? Because they're afraid that there's more to reality than they have confronted. That there are doors that they're afraid to go in, and they don't want us to go in there either, because if we go in, we might learn something that they don't know, and that makes us a little out of their control.
What the radio won't play the underground wants to play it! The underground wants to play it! Try it. It might cause a riot. The underground will supply it. What the radio won't play? Detroit. Try it. You might cause a riot. You might cause a riot. Band me, try it.
G'day. Now, did we all enjoy that funky musical experience? I was kind of getting on down to it here. We really enjoyed it. It was cool music. Thanks, Mr. DJ. All right, then. All right. Now, what we've got now is a bit of an info segment, and what we're going to look at is the origins of CTV, how it was founded, and the role that it plays today. And we've got Royce with us here, who's going to talk a bit about how it all came about. Royce, I believe you actually initiated CTV way back when.
Oh, way back when? 8 years ago, something like that. Just to tell the story briefly, but I tried to do exactly the same thing when I was living in England. Then, in those days, cable was very tightly controlled. And we got a word from the minister, or actually the department, saying that what we planned to do, just to cable across a room, to show pictures across a room, like this was treason. Would you believe? And so we thought we'd better think of something else. Anyway, I got back to Australia all these years later, and then saw the high-rises down in Waterloo. And I thought, well, the same thing occurred to me. If you've got a high-rises with the master antenna at the top, which is what they do, you know, they just they're all plugged into this one master antenna system, then you've got the potential for cable. You know, because all the people that are on that cable system within that building, and with other buildings, if you want to link them up, has the potential of receiving cable television. Now,
and what was involved in actually setting it up? How did the process come about? What did you have to do?
Oh, that was agony.
Was it?
Absolute agony.
You can reveal now 8 years on and a thriving success. Well, 8 years ago wasn't the way, hey? What happened? How was it?
Well, what happened was, first of all, I had a lot of trouble with the Department of Housing, because they kept on saying, no, you can't be done, it won't work, it won't, and I said, it works, for Christ's sake. Just give me the keys to the head end and I'll prove it. Because there was a big battle going on over the silly little room up there, and all the junctions for all the cable places and all the flats and things all come into that one box, you know. And I said, give me the keys and I'll prove it. So that finally I got the keys, and I got somebody, I wouldn't do it myself, but I got somebody to come in and do it. You know, somebody more knowledgeable than I am. He just stuck it in and away we went.
Okay, great. And what were some of the aims and objectives back then? What did you hope for CTV? What were your kind of your plans?
Well, I didn't really hope that much for CTV in itself. CTV is just a tool. You know, it's there for people to use. If people want to use it, fine, great. You know, that's what it's there for. That's what it's all about. But the other thing is that it also means that
well, you're talking before about the information rich and the information poor. Is that what
that's right.
Yeah.
Mm.
How does that
well,
work?
That's one of the things that disturbed me. Right. One of the reasons why I set up CTV1, if you think of it logically, then it's always disturbed me that you can get people who are information rich and information poor. And this is happening more and more now than ever before. For instance, Optus here, they're cabling up the whole of the area. We know about that. But they're not cabling up these buildings.
Right, so that's the role for CTV then, to kind of step in.
Well, no, it's the role of CTV1 to say, you know, we will not have this. To be more radical about it and say, you know, why should they get it and we don't?
Sure.
You know, we should have the option at least.
Okay. And briefly, how does it make you feel now, seeing it 8 years on, and the numbers kind of thriving, the residents enjoying it, and you know, camera crews from other networks coming in here to film? How do you feel about that?
I think it's great. Mm. Yeah. But we've still got a long way to go because the laws are not in place to control cable. Cable is a monster.
Right.
It's a monster.
Okay.
You know.
All right. Thanks, Royce. Tim Rainey is the senior administrator here at CTV, and briefly, how would you describe your role, Tim? What does it involve?
Very domestic, actually. In fact, that's probably what people don't see a lot of, is actually with the work that I do as administration, or when I was doing administration up to just last year. That is, you just spend a lot of time on the phone, looking after all the paperwork, contacting people, liaising with people, keeping people happy, keeping all the producers happy, keeping the board happy, keeping the management people happy, keeping the local government authorities happy, the Department of Housing happy. And I should say, though, that the Department of Housing and South Sydney Council are now good supporters of the station. There was a little bit of a few ripples in the water when it first started, but basically these all ironed out after a while.
Do you think that's a result of the residents becoming familiar with it and more appreciative of it, and now that they can tune in and kind of and watch it? I mean, what's their role, the residents, been in all this?
Well, I think they play an important part, but also so does TV. TV is seen as a fairly powerful communication medium, and people who are watching it maybe are influenced by it or get a lot of information. And I think the Department of Housing see that as a good outlet for residents. I mean, that's their altruistic side. But I guess also they see that they can't keep it down, basically.
Right.
I mean, this is the right of the people to have access to communication to each other.
Right, well, Tim, just a little story here. On my first night here, when I came in, you had me behind camera one. I said, look, I can't do anything, and you said, I want you to, through the cans, you were saying, can you just focus on these pair of Indian dancers whose hands were waving around? And I've told this story a number of times since, because I'll never forget it. It was being thrown in the deep end. That was just my reaction, but, you know, I got a lot out of it. Would you encourage anyone just off the street? Is it fine for them to kind of come on down? Is it the kind of place it is? Yeah.
Absolutely, and that's the thing about the station, is that people can come in through the door and literally be on camera a few minutes later and experiencing. But it's also another interesting thing about it is people find out a lot about themselves. You know, there might be a lot of people out there who really think, I want to be a director, I want to be a producer, or I want to be something. A lot of wannabes. But you come in here and you get to know what you can do,
And it's a very good experience because often you can find in a lot of the other areas there's things that you can do a lot better and enjoy a lot more.
Excellent. Lastly, Royce, what are your favourite programs? What would you like?
On
What do you
television?
enjoy watching? Yeah.
Yes, Minister. That's a repeat. Absolutely Fabulous. That's a repeat. What else? That's about it.
Would you like to see maybe some CTV satires of those types of programs, or it's a different role altogether?
It's a different role, yeah. I'd like to see CTV1 develop its own programming for television.
Right.
I don't see any reason why we shouldn't, but you're talking big stuff then. You're talking about, you know...
What's your most memorable moment from CTV, looking back over the 8 years?
Oh, God. So many of them. I can't remember any of them.
Tim, do you have... Well, I told you this camera work with the Indian dancers was my most memorable moment. It was also my first. Tim, do you have a moment that kind of stands out in your mind?
Oh, yes, I do. I remember the rock band that got my instructions wrong when I was directing and turned the music up instead of down and caused a resident to knock on the door. But that's what the good thing about the station is, interaction.
Yeah. Royce, have you ever seen any disasters like that in your time here?
Many.
Well, I saw that shirt you wore on the Christmas show about 3 years ago, and that's itself. I think on that note, we'll probably end it. Look, thanks very much for tuning in. We'll see you all later. Bye for now.
Thanks for the applause, everyone, and I hope you are enjoying the show so far. This week we've got a couple of guests on the sports show, Eddie and Ange. I'd like to... they're from Footy Zine. They do a publication which has started this year. I'd just like you to go into the history about the magazine. I know Eddie magazine started in 1991.
So Eddie's magazine's a popular culture magazine which we've been doing for 5 years.
Contributor based?
Yep, and self-funded, much like CTV. And we basically did a sports issue a couple of years ago, and out of that the idea of mixing underground culture and sport, which was a pretty novel concept, particularly most people look when you're in the underground scene, look at sport and go, eh. So anyway, we went, bugger it, we'll do it, and we put a sports issue out. That was really successful, so this year we decided to put out an Aussie Rules football fanzine.
We actually had the idea like last year, but just to get something off and running, it takes a bit of commitment. I lost my mic. So we got the first issue out in August, and we managed to get 2 issues out this year. And next year we hope to have it bi-monthly, just during footy season, of course.
Although there has been, actually people have been complaining they want it during summer as well, but it's a bit hard to write about stuff when it's not happening.
Why did you actually start up this publication?
Because we love footy.
And it's a voice for the fans, which you don't get. I mean, essentially, all sports commentating and writing is well, apart from being ratings driven, it's also about the actual players and what's going on at the moment, not about the fans and their memories and their shared experiences of the game.
So we wanted to tap into a lot of the more creative side of it as well, you know, like there's cartoons, comics, short stories, people just writing about growing up with football. We've also got regional football, including that, because that is suffering a lot in Australia.
Yeah, because as the game's gone bigger and bigger nationally, it's taken away from the grassroots level. So more people are actually just sitting at home watching TV rather than going to the games. So the local teams are dying out. And so that's important that we're focusing on that, because we want to make sure people just get in there and support stuff at the grassroots level.
What was your first memory of the game, of your first game, or important memory for you?
Well, this year, one of the most memorable games was I took a very dear friend to her first and last ever football game. She'd never been to an Aussie Rules game, and unfortunately the week later she was killed, but she had a great day. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, it was, we try and take a lot of people to the game, because a lot of people didn't grow up with football. We're both from, like Ed's from Victoria, I'm from South Australia, so we grew up with Aussie Rules, whereas a lot of people in Sydney have never been to a live game, so they actually don't know what the excitement, you know, is like.
So we've been the converters.
Yeah, I've been to a few games in the years past, but as you say, Brisbane and New South Wales supporters follow rugby league. How do you see the Swans? Well, give us a bit of history. I know that firstly they were from South Melbourne when the competition started.
They were original founding member of the Victorian Football League, and which was a breakaway from the VFA from 1877. And in '82, South Melbourne came to Sydney as the first expansion of the game nationally, and that was a much heated, very controversial move with lots of violence, etc. But it went through, and gradually the team became accepted in Sydney. And this year, from the first game of the year with 8,000 at the Fremantle game to 44,000 for the Geelong game, it's
and
been
people
massive.
being turned away.
Yeah. Including Cricket Ground Trust members, gold card carrying members saying, I paid $14,000 for this, but well, turn up a bit earlier, you might get in.
Yeah, I remember that they turned about 5,000 spectators away from the game. How do you see the Swans going next year, do you think?
I think like Rodney E put it quite well, the coach, when he said that they might play better and finish lower on the ladder than they did this year, because it was a freakish result for a team from 12th to finish second. I don't think it's ever happened before. So if they can consolidate in the top 8 and do well, that'll be great, basically. But we'll be there anyway, even if they lose. There'll be more seats if they lose.
Not like the bad old days when there were...
They won't go back that far.
Well, before we used to be able to get there 10 minutes before to get a seat, you know, sometimes now we've got to get there 2 hours.
The West Coast game, we were there 4 hours before because it was raining to get under colours.
Why do you think Melbourne supporters particularly like AFL and their sport? Like,
Well, it's a religion.
fanatical about
It's
it.
a religion, you know. When you're born, you get a beanie shoved on your head, and that's it. You don't have a choice, essentially. And the first thing anyone asks you when they meet you, who do you barrack for? So.
You talk footy.
That's it, and that's across the spectrum. That's, you know, rock and roll bands. We've got like Bill Walsh from the Cosmic Psychos interviewed in this issue, and you know, people right across the spectrum, artists. There's an exhibition which is all going around Australia, which is going to be in Campbelltown in June next year, called Eyes on the Ball, which features things like a Swans Mardi Gras outfit and stuff like that. So it ranges across the spectrum. I'm sure there'll be a few floats in the Mardi Gras this year, maybe with some Swan stuff. So you never know.
Do you think the Super League and the Super League fiasco that's on now and that's gone on before has gained a lot of supporters for AFL and so
Absolutely.
on?
Well, a lot of people are coming to the game, and you can tell someone who's never been to a game before, like they
Good catch.
Yeah. Sort of
Instead of Mark.
go rest. Yeah. So they sort of don't know, but I think it's great that they are coming to the game. I'm all for it because I think, you know, people should make up their own mind.
There's plenty of room on the bandwagon. In fact, we bought a red wagon, so we've actually got a Swans bandwagon.
The Swanmobile.
As far as I know, they've had about crowds of 30,000 up near the end of the season.
Yeah. Membership's gone from like 3,000 to over 10,000. Merchandise went up 500% this year, which is great for the club. I mean, you have to have that sort of drive, and the atmosphere is different. You go to a game with 3,000 people, the energy is not the same as when there's 30,000, you know, so it's fantastic.
And even down in Melbourne, the players have said, because the South Melbourne fans have come back, and they were getting 10, 15,000 fans breaking for them in Melbourne, which is huge, which other interstate teams don't get, and hence they won nearly every game they played in Melbourne this year. So
we went to the grand final, and there was quite a lot of Swan supporters. You know, my worst nightmare was that we were going to stand there and be surrounded by North Melbourne supporters, but we actually were, you know, there was a lot of
50-50.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, there was as far as I know, there was a crowd of about 94,000.
Fairly packed.
And they had TV ratings of just under or around about the 4 million mark, the biggest in the history of the people meters.
Yep.
So
we should mention that where people can get it, and that it's contributor based as well. Basically, anyone can contribute, and you can write in anything about football to PO Box 199 Newtown 2042.
Any photos, poems?
Anything at all, and beer coasters, doesn't matter. And also, if you want to get a copy, it's at a few selected local record and bookstores, or you can send us $5 to PO Box 199 Newtown.
And you'll get 2 copies for that.
Yeah, first 2 issues.
So that's good value, and I think you should support it. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Go the Swans.
Go the Swans, absolutely.
Well, there's pandemonium here. There's pandemonium here. We really regret that there is only one winner. Pandemonium here, pandemonium here. And the winner is Cindy.
Thank you very much, guys. And yeah, thanks, Michael. Sports show, another great show tonight. Jodee Smith, Snatch. You guys played a few songs for us. That was great.
Thank you.
How'd you find it here? Like,
oh, it was great. It's great. The crowd were great. Woo! Going off.
So tell me, so why a musician? Like, why?
Why a musician? Beats a hairdresser. That's what I am the rest of the time.
So yeah, because you came from Tasmania up to Sydney.
I did.
To play.
It's getting worse, isn't it?
To play. Well, why is that a bad thing?
Oh, you know, it's a bit morbid down there.
So you came up to just gig around and stuff like that.
Yeah.
How are you finding it?
Oh, it's really good here. I mean, you can't make your big break in Tasmania, sad to say. So you've got to go somewhere, and Sydney's probably the best place to try and do it in. Yeah,
you find that?
Yeah. I've met lots of great people here that sort of are in the know and things like that.
How's it different?
Well, it's sort of like down there you can't exactly get record companies to come to your gigs to see because you have to fly them in. Mm-hmm. So it's like probably about this much easier here. But that's about it.
So you
nobody gets to see you down there.
Yeah, that's a big problem.
The big bands don't come in, you don't get the support gigs, things like that. So it makes it a bit hard.
Yeah, so you're trying to shop for a record deal.
Yeah.
Like, what are you actually doing to do that? Like, what's the process that you do to?
Well, I mean, we've got a guy that's helping us. Like, we're not signed to a manager or anything, but we're hoping to get him to take it around because it's sort of supposedly the best way to do it. Get somebody who's sort of in the know to take your product in. It's basically like selling anything.
Sure.
You've got to sell it. So we've got to get someone to sell it for us because we're just the ones that sit up here and sing and play.
So yeah, that's interesting because you guys don't perform live much.
No.
Is there a reason for that? Like,
because we have other jobs. It's the comfort zone. So we're probably doing it the opposite way, or trying to do it the opposite way to what a lot of people do. And they go out and do all the gigs. We want to sort of shop our CD around and get interest that way.
Well, that's definitely the way that the live music scene, and especially in Sydney, is going, where like 10, 15 years ago you used to play gigs up and down the coast.
Yeah.
And then you gain a reputation through your live following.
Yeah.
But nowadays it's more you gig in order to promote the CD.
Yeah, it's sort of like high promotion. It's like, you know, the record company puts all that money in and promotes it for you, and then you go out and do the tour, I guess.
So, but how important is it to have a record company? I mean...
Well, I mean, you could go out and do all the gigs, but in Sydney, a lot of the gigs you have to do for free. Like, we've done gigs, and you don't get paid for it when you're starting out. So you've got to try and earn money somehow. And the easiest way is to try and get the record company to put some money into it so you can start earning a living from it. Because to start off, you don't earn anything. You play for free.
So you have an unusual voice. Well, unusual, quote-unquote, unusual voice, because that's what most people say to me. They go, oh, someone like Tony Childs or Alanis Morissette. How do you feel being compared to people like that? I mean, just because you have an unusual voice doesn't mean it's the same as her.
Yeah, I mean, if I like the person that they're saying, of course I take it as a compliment. But I mean, but I'd like someone to say that it's different. But to me, it's not different at all because I hear it all the time. I'm sick of it.
So do you sort of use it as an instrument?
Well, I suppose so. Yeah, I guess.
Like, you use it as a form of sound, like instead of just instead of just lyrically. Do you use it like as a form of sound?
I'll say yes because some people say they can't understand my words, so so I'll say yeah. It is an instrument, I guess. Yeah. You're expressing with it. It's like it's your emotions coming out. You're singing. So expression can be grunts. It can be anything.
So what's the expression that comes out? See me, you're from Tasmania. I mean.
You guys should say.
So it's because it must be really hard. Like, you're a performer. But you're in Tasmania. It's only 'cause, you know, it's really hard to perform in a music scene that's really not happening.
Yeah, it is. Well, because down there, all you can do is play covers. There's hardly any original acts down there because nobody wants to hear them, basically. It's worse. That's probably as bad as it gets in Tasmania, I'd say. Because I don't know. There's probably one original band when I was down there that was getting around, and the rest were all just copying. you know, you have to get up there and be 10 people in a night, sing everybody else's songs.
So where can we see you? Like, where can, if people out there want to like what they saw?
Well, we did a few at O'Malley's, a few gigs at O'Malley's, but that was mainly covers too. So, but we did some at Iguana Cafe in Kellett Street. In King's Cross.
Which cafe?
Iguana Cafe.
Oh, okay.
In Kellett Street, in the Cross. Yeah.
So I'm thinking Iguana. Anyway, off the top.
We can book us for your party. It's there.
So you find the gigs yourself, or through the manager?
No, we just find them ourselves, basically.
Yeah. How hard do you find that?
Well, it's easy when you say, hey, I'll pay for free and bring all my friends and they'll drink. So
Yeah, right.
it's easy that way, but you don't get paid.
No, you don't get paid.
No.
Good booking agent.
Free food or something, you know. But
So you're approaching booking agents and stuff like that?
not at the moment, no. No, we haven't been.
Okay. Cool. Great. Thanks for coming in, Jodee.
Okay, thank you.
It was a pleasure. And Snatch, look out for them. Always check them out. Drum Media, On the Street, New Beat magazine that's out now. Look up the gig guide and look under Snatch. And see you next week. Bye-bye.
The following scenes may be deemed offensive to vegetarians. Erotic poses from the world's leading super potatoes.
Are you lonely? Satisfaction needed? I'm Samantha, Pontiac Red. I'm hot and steamy. Smother me in butter or sour cream. Whip me, mash me, burn me, sizzle me, boil me, fry me. I'm ravishing and wet. Eat me, I'm yours. Call me on 00551349.
Krishna potatoes.
Women's Issues. Tonight it's been spurred on by that attack on that old lady who was followed home from the bank and killed in her flat this week. I got really worked up about it and I thought, what's the world come to? An old lady can't even walk home from the shop safely anymore. So I marched on down to my bank and said, like, do you publish guidelines for people to know how to handle their money safely and give them tips on what to look out for in the bank? And they're like, no. I don't think anyone had ever asked them before. So I asked the bank tellers who are helping me for some safety tips. And they said their hands are really tied if anyone's watching you in the bank or following you home. But the most sensible thing to do is operate by cheques and credit cards, or if you're lucky enough to have one, or EFTPOS or whatever, and don't go around carrying thousands of dollars on you, because that's when you can get into trouble. So it's just an issue of looking after yourself and being really sensible. I also thought I'd find out for people who are interested what self-defence courses are available in the Redfern area. Now everyone I seem to need to talk to was away on holiday this week, so that didn't help me. They were very lucky to be on holiday, but I've got people calling me back next week, so the next time I do this segment, I will fill you in on where you can go and do self-defence courses in the area, because I think it's a really good idea to go and do one for yourself. Now, a really positive response to these issues of violence in society, particularly violence against women, is the Reclaim the Night campaign. Now, unfortunately, the march is on tonight, so if you're going into the town soon, you might want to go along and see what's happening. It's not much notice, but I thought I'd fill you in a bit of background about what Reclaim the Night's about. It's a campaign to highlight issues of safety for women in society and to highlight problems of violence and to try and push for reform to improve these problems in these areas. The annual march is held at night for women protesting the fact that it's not really safe for women to go out and walk around the streets at night anymore. And the main issues they're trying to highlight this year are safety on public transport, because that can be a big problem if you're travelling alone late at night. Improved services for women who have been victims of violence, and law reform in these areas. I think they'd like to get the police and judges sort of trained to be more aware of these problems. Now, I know that every woman I know is always complaining about somewhere that's not safe. I was talking with friends last night who were complaining about how badly their streets is lit. So rather than just sitting around complaining about it, and we Reclaim the Night on, it should get everyone really inspired to go and write to your local MP and go and do something about it and highlight the problems in your area so that you don't walk around feeling unsafe at night. And just be really sensible. I'll find out about those self-defence courses, and just maybe don't go around carrying lots of money, because it seems to be a really bad way of attracting unwanted attention to yourself. So I'll be back again next week with some more news. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Bob. Welcome to me hometown, Gerringong. This week's hotspot for getaway.
We've got heaps of good places to stay. Like even Bob Hawke's sister's auntie's next door neighbour came and stayed here once. She did.
We've got all the modern conveniences. And there's heaps for the youngsters to do.
Hey guys, can I hang out with you? Yes, sorry. Yeah.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Nice gear, mate!
Hey, baby!
There are exciting activities for the adults too.
Folks, come on. And here's our historical grave sites. Over there, Bob and Marge. Bob and Percy. Jack and Bob. Marge and Bob again. And Bob. And Cyril. And Cecil.
And the nightlife goes off.
59. 60. 24. 32. 71.
Bingo!
Good on you, Bob.
And get away to Gerringong. And Bob's your uncle.
Wow! Welcome to Sex Expression. Yes, as you'll have noticed, I'm not Sam. Sam no longer does this segment, and my name's Dermot. So if we can everybody give another round of applause for Sam. Thank you, Sam, for all the great work she's done. Okay, tonight we're going to look at condoms and diaphragms, okay? Very important parts of contraception, okay? Now the main thing is with condoms and diaphragms, or actually let's start with condoms. The main thing with condoms is we want to stop body fluids from being exchanged with people, okay? So if we have a look at our fold-up lady here on the table, and you'll see if a penis is inserted into our fold-up lady here, okay, and body fluids are exchanged, that's what we want to actually stop, okay? You can see the little sperm going up here through the cervix, okay? Now that's actually what we want to stop. So one of the ways of actually stopping... That stopped it, all right, sure did. One of the ways in which we want to stop it is by practicing putting on condoms. It's really important that you actually get to know what condoms look like and stuff like that, okay? So we might start with peeling our bananas. Now for any children out there that might be watching, bananas in pyjamas are never going to be the same again for you, okay? Because underneath our banana is a penis, okay? Now penises, as you know, come in all different sort of shapes and sizes and stuff like this, and my one is actually plastic, okay? Now the most important thing with condoms is the fact that they come in all different sort of shapes and colours and sizes. No. Condoms actually only come in one size, because if we had big, small and medium, which ones do you think would sell? Only the big ones. I can't see too many people going into a store and going, I'll have the small condoms, thanks. That just wouldn't work, okay? First thing you need to check for with a condom is the expiry date. They're usually printed on the back, or in case you've got a box like this Raps one here, not that I'm doing any advertising for them, there'll be a expiry date just here. Okay, so check that first, because if it's out of date, it's no good, so don't use it. Next important thing, don't bite it open, because what will happen is that there's possibility that you might rip the condom, and then it would be useless, so you don't want to do that. So just push it down with your thumb and your forefinger, okay, like that. I'll put it out of the way, put my penis down. Okay, like that. And then just open the packet, like so. Okay, and then just slide the condom out. Okay, yeehaw, now we've got some action. And this one is pink, okay, and it's cherry. It's cherry flavoured condom, yeah. Okay, now, a lot of the time when people first use condoms, their experience is in the dark, okay? So you need to know which way does the condom roll. Now, the big problem is you can look at that and say, yes, that looks right, okay, but it's actually wrong. Now, the thing is, you're not actually going to be able to look at it if you're in the dark. So, one thing that I've found, a method that I've used and practiced, which has worked for me, is to put your thumb on the inside. Be careful of your nails, because if you shove your nail up too hard, it'll actually rip the condom, okay? Then you just get your forefingers like that and just roll it down. And if it rolls down, you'll know it's the right way. So then you can put it on top of the penis. Now, the first thing you might want to do is put a bit of lubricant on top of the penis to just sort of increase the sensitivity. You don't want to put... Yeah, well, yeah, you'd have an erection. Well, erection and consent. Consent. That is really important. Even if you're masturbating, make sure you talk yourself. Okay, now I've got a condom. Now, do I consent to that? Yes, okay. So, there we go. Now, you've got consent, you've got an erection, you've got your condom, it's all happening, okay? Now, what you do is you make sure you squeeze the air out of the tip, okay? Now, there's a couple of reasons for this, and the main reason is the fact that when you come, the cum will go straight into that air pocket, okay, and it will give the cum nowhere to go. So what will happen is it will burst the condom, and you don't want that to happen, okay? So then just roll it on down like that. Then you just might sort of put it inside wherever you're going to have sex, okay? And away we go, right? So you might go that way, and then you might go that way, and then you might go that way, okay? Long thrust, short thrust, and eventually you've come, okay? Rightio? Then, the most important thing to do, now we might actually just have a look at this board, is withdraw from the person that you've been having sex with. Because if we look back to our lady here, not that I'm assuming that you're always going to be having sort of penis-vagina sex, you might be having other sorts of sex. He said if you don't withdraw, what happens is you might sort of be in this nice comfortable embrace, you're really enjoying it, but the thing is that your dick shrinks, and if it shrinks, the condom stays the same size, and all the little sperm and all the little semen and all the body fluids get out, and they go up through the cervix and get somebody pregnant, or if you're having sex with somebody up the bottom, then there's a possibility that the semen will go into their bottom, and if you've got an STD or if they've got an STD, you might get it. So you don't want to do that, okay? So withdraw, okay? And then as you withdraw, hold the base. That's really important. Otherwise, the condom might stay in there. And it's not like, you know, you're never going to be able to find it again. It's gone forever, right? You just actually have to fish in and go and grab it and pull it back out. But that can be a bit unpleasant for people, okay? So then you just roll the condom off, okay? These are actually really bad to practice with rolling them off. They're not very good at all. And make sure that you roll it off the one way. You don't want to roll it out so that all the stuff on the inside comes out onto the floor or something like that. Very messy. You don't want to do that, okay? Then you just put a little knot in it, like so, okay? Which I can't do now because my hands are so greasy. And you put it into the rubbish bin. Don't put it in the toilet. There's a couple of reasons for this. There's a possibility that it'll go out into the ocean and the little dolphins will get it stuck in their throat and they won't be able to swim around. They'll die and then they'll beach themselves on your beach. Not a very pretty look, okay? The other reason is that maybe you're having sex in your parents' house and their parents aren't there and they come home and you flush it into the toilet. Now what happens is that it'll come back through the system about, maybe 2 days later and you'll be sprung. So you don't want to do that, okay? Right. Okay, so that's condoms. They're great fun. Now, just to make sure that we have a look at what other types of contraception there are, there's the diaphragm. Okay, now you need to go to a doctor and get fitted for a diaphragm, okay? And basically, you put the diaphragm in before sex, all right? So if we have a look at my little pelvic model here, you just slip the diaphragm in the vagina like that. Well, hang on, let me grab that again. My hands are really slippery. Don't do this at home with slippery hands. Okay, just slip it in, and what happens is that it sits over the cervix. I don't know whether you can see that properly, so we might just show you what it would look like on our little tainted lady here, okay? It just sits over the top of the cervix. And what happens is that that's called a barrier method of contraception, okay? So that basically stops any of the sperm from going up through the cervix and then causing fertilisation to occur, which is one of the main reasons that people want to stop from having babies and doing things like that, okay? So if you don't want to get pregnant, you can use diaphragms, okay? If you don't want any body fluids being exchanged at all, you would use condoms, okay? Before I run away, I just want to let you know that it is International Candle Day for Amnesty International, and Amnesty International work for lots of people's rights in countries that are basically not as big on rights as what Australia is, although some people would say Australia could go a hell of a lot further, and I would agree with that. It's also Homophobia Week in New South Wales, so there's being a campaign run by the Gay and Lesbian Anti-Violence Project, and it's also Reclaim the Night, which we heard earlier. If you have any questions, call me at Family Planning. Bye.
Running a day. Hey, welcome again to Dancing Bus Drivers, Bus Dancers, whatever you can call us. Any variation's good. We've been busy this week, haven't we, Nate? We have. This is Nathan. I'm Mickey. We're the show that pretends that we like music and we review it and talk about it and just get into music, the scene, the clubs, the parties, the tunes, the bands, the etc. And today on the show, we're going to put on some footage which we went out earlier this week and we went shopping, record shopping, to find out. Yeah, we found out what store will suit you with our dodgy camera. So we'll set that footage up just after this. And we also interviewed a band which will play the interview next week called Inertia, and Nathan's going to be reviewing the CD today. Hey Nate. Yeah, kick it. Yeah.
Alright, well this is the CD, Inertia. It's actually got two covers. This is Cheese Please cover, and then we also have the
other cover.
Other cover down there. I don't know where you can see that though.
Yeah, they can see.
All right. Right. Well, I listened to it last night. We did the interview him yesterday. Listened to him last night.
Drank lots of Coke, didn't we?
Drank lots of Coke. It was good. It was good. And yeah, I looked up the meaning of inertia in the dictionary after I heard it.
What does inertia mean?
Lack of skill. Whether that means anything, I don't know. I didn't really like it. It was okay, average sort of.
They're from Perth, aren't they?
They're from Perth.
So shouldn't we be supporting Australian talent?
We should be. I mean, you know, yeah.
Yeah, they're excellent, but
there's nothing new.
So they're sort of like a band that they're just technical, aren't they? Just computers. And
yeah, I'll give them that. They're good. They've got good samples. They've got good sounds. It's well produced, but overall, not my favorite thing. But someone. Mickey might like it. Yeah,
well, it's sort of like a Chemical Brothers project. I heard it on the radio when they were into it here.
All right.
That's the only time I've heard it. I haven't actually listened to the whole CD yet. But they cross between Chemical Brothers, Prodigy, really 80s electro sound.
Yeah.
It's pretty played out, it's been done, and you'll see the interview next week and you can figure out what it's about. Another tune I picked up this week was Mighty Bob, which has a fantastic cover featuring Louise Vertigo, and the album is called Autre Voix, Autre Bleu, and that means other voices, other blues, and it actually features on one of the tracks a sample. It's a French album, and it features a sample of 2SER, the radio station in Sydney. So they've the distributors, Creative Vibes, have got a radio show on 2SER, which you listen to every Friday, 2 to 4, and they sampled that. It's good to hear some Australian voices on a French album. The tune, they're really chill, French, you can imagine what it would be. It's chill. This is the most upbeat tune on the album. It's dance. Yeah. And the rest of it's just laid back funky. There's vocals, there's French rap, and I call it lounge music. Get a hold of it, you can get it from Good Groove. And speaking of Good Groove, we got some footage of that. But before we go to some footage, we got some things on this weekend that you might want to check out.
Alright, we got Saturday night the Lansdowne. We got All Funked Up. That's with DJs Andrew Wallace and Mark Wells. That's going to be world music.
Playing this
yeah, should be kind of mellow, should be good. The Mad Merry-Go-Round Musicians of Rock, Mr. Bowdler in town.
Woo!
They're playing tonight at the Sands in Narrabeen. Tomorrow night in Salinas. Sunday.
Piers and Matt are up there.
Piers and Matt.
They'll come in next week and also give a review of that concert.
Should be good. They're doing an all-ages gig at Macquarie Uni tomorrow, Sunday, but I think that's sold out. And an impromptu gig at the Hopside Brasserie on Monday.
But we're not meant to tell you that because it's impromptu.
It's impromptu. Something like that. Spiderbait, Scream Feeder and Something for Kate will be rocking at the Metro on Saturday. That's an all-ages gig, one at 1 and one at 5. Spiderbait promoting their Ivy and the Big Apples.
Have you heard it?
No, not yet. Just the new CD.
It could be good.
Could be. And if none of that's ready?
Kicks.
Kicks.
Rating Kicks.
Echoes. What else? Oh yeah. Hey, we've got Circle Stomp.
Oh,
Punk Fest. It's gonna be good. They got Blitz Babies, Forward Defense, self-reliance, noisome, pitfall, straight from the tomb, rock spiders, and hate is enough. Yeah, go there and get hurt. It'd be good.
Mosh.
That's what's happening Saturday. Sunday, there's the Walkers doing an all-ages gig at the Cambridge. Bush will be in town on Wednesday. That's the Horden. And on Friday, the Earthy Boys of Rock, Mother Hubbard. They're going to be rocking with Baby Sugar Loud.
They're both on Outlaw Records, aren't they?
Outlaw Records, that's right. Mother Hubbard got their new single, Running Away.
Running away,
Yeah.
running away, running away, running away. Good tune. I haven't actually heard it, but that's my rendition of Running Away.
Close.
Right,
that's it.
That's it.
That's
Let's get into the footage. We're going to be back next week with the Inertia interview, as well as the review of the Mr. Bungle concert at La Sands and at Horden. Enjoy it, man. Oxford Street. This is what we got, and we reckon Good Groove is the store. Check it out. Peace, stay good. Good Records, just over on Crown Street. Further down, Recent Records down that way. How you doing, man? Excellent. What's your name, man? I'm Jodee. You can call me John. John, Nick, how are you? What sort of music do you guys specialise in here?
Well, jazz, funk, soul, disco, Latin, hip-hop, reggae, drum and bass, all the big labels, you know, like No Wax, Water Sound, Ninja, heaps of breaks, old jazz breaks upstairs on the old second-hand vinyl.
And anywhere we can hear the songs that are sold any radio shows, things like that?
Oh yeah, Miguel on 2SER, Johnny and Gemma use the store quite a bit. They've got a SER show as well. Simon Caldwell on 2MBS. I actually do a radio program on Radio Bondo when that gets back on there. Heaps of people use the store. Alright.
See you there?
I'll see you there.
Whereabouts is it?
80 Oxford Street, corner of Oxford and Crown.
It's really hot here in summer. It's really hot. What sort of music do you mainly sell here?
Mostly house, but we do everything from drum and bass, trance, happy hardcore, trip hop, and that kind of thing.
Any good parties go to this weekend?
Weekend.
This weekend.
I don't know, have a look at the flyers in the corner. I'm doing a boy party at Balmain.
Hey, we're at BPM, another record store on Oxford Street, crossroads from Central Station Records. Still mainly dance, but we'll go find out what sort of dance. How you doing, man?
Alright, man.
What's your name? Paul. Paul, yeah. What sort of stuff do you mainly sell?
Mainly, we sell a lot of hardcore, happy hard, trip hop, a lot of house,
And mainly do DJs, vinyl?
Yeah, mainly DJs.
Central Station, one of the least popular commercial dance stores in Sydney on the street. They actually refused to answer any questions, so we're not going to bother getting any more footage, giving them any more time. Let's go.
Check this out, 2 covers. Really confused you? Or if you're really dumb, you'll buy 2 CDs.
Next week we interview first band Inertia.
That's good, Breakbeat, Acid, Trance.
Thank you, Mickey and Nathan. That was excellent.
All right, up now we've got Review with me. Just gotta love that extra applause. I don't know, there's so much on my mind. I came here thinking, oh, I could be really, really constructed and really down the line sort of stuff, but there's so much going on. I thought no one last week, for those who watched the show, last week I brought in the book of lists, and no one really liked that. So I thought, now I'll just bring in one list each week. So this week's list actually has something to do with it. You wouldn't believe it, but it does. The book I'm reviewing, by the way, I'll do it later. The book I'm reviewing is a book called Planet Joe. Thank you. Planet Joe by Joe Cole. Anyway, but the list I'm going to read to you is 2 famous hemorrhoid sufferers. 1, Napoleon, French Emperor, 1769 to 1821. Because of hemorrhoidal pain during the Battle of Waterloo, Napoleon was unable to mount his horse to survey the battlefield. This hampered his ability to gain a clear picture of the situation and was one factor which worked against him in his ill-fated attempt to resurrect his empire. The Battle of Waterloo, you may remember, was the one that really clinched things for Napoleon and made him lose. So basically you could say, if he didn't have hemorrhoids, we'd all be speaking French, which I think is perhaps a novel idea. I think if I could speak French, I would dedicate the next paragraph to him in French, but since I can't, I'm going to read it in English. 2 was Fumimaro Konoe, Japanese Prime Minister. I'll just shorten it. Konoe had exactly the same problem when the American diplomats came over just pre to World War II. He had hemorrhoids, so he wouldn't get in his horse and go to the meeting. So they didn't have the meeting, so the Japanese joined the Germans and lost the war, which may have been a mistake in retrospect. So you can see, I mean, it's getting there. I'm leading to it. The way I see it is that these people, you know, who knows what would have happened. The circumstances have been slightly different, like they hadn't had hemorrhoids. The world would be a completely different place. For instance, Germany might have lost faster, or we'd all be speaking French. So you see, things might have happened a little differently. And I think that kind of brings me to my book, because Joe Cole was killed. He was shot by 2 men who broke and entered into. He was living with Henry Rollins from Rollins' band Black Flag at the time, and they were accosted on the street by these 2 guys with, I think they were just normal pistols, just Saturday night specials, who said, you know, take us to your house. And, you know, of course, you don't really refuse too many things to men with guns, so they kind of went to their house, and both of them kind of, actually I'll read it to you, because, you know, Rollins, although he does get a little teary-eyed, so on, pretty much sums it up. You see, Joe and I were coming back to our place one night and got held up by 2 gunmen. They told us that we were going to go into our house. I think it's safe to say that we both knew what the deal was going to be. In case you don't, I think the deal was that they were going to take us into the back and shoot us and then take their time robbing the place. The last time I saw Joe was when he was getting up off the ground after being ordered to lie down. I opened the house to the door thinking desperately of things to do to try and turn this thing around. I knew we were goners though. It was at that moment that I heard the gunshots behind me. Joe got hit and I didn't. What got the shooting started, I'll never know. Joe was killed instantly. The 2 men ran away into the night. It's true horror. That's not all the story. Actually, the rest of the story, and I remember the first time I saw this, was watching like Rage or whatever, it's like 4 in the morning, and he's telling the story to some kind of MTV audience, and he's saying, oh, you know, so anyway, I run out of the house, and I'm running down the street going, okay, someone come and help me, my best friend's just been shot. And police were brought to the scene, like they were alerted to the scene, so they're driving by, and they have Rollins running towards him, so they, of course, they figure that he's the bad guy, so they pick him up, and they handcuff him and throw him in the back of a car. So he sits there for like an hour and a half without them actually, you know, talking to him and saying, okay, what's going on? So he just sat there and said, look, that was the end, you know. There was nothing more. It was just like total blankness. No one would listen to him, and no one would believe that he had nothing to do with it. After all, he was running away from the crime scene. And I take that sort of thing personally because for some reason, I don't quite understand, I've been stopped by police for running and walking and for just dressing the way I do. I've been stopped for driving a shopping trolley down the sidewalk on a main road. I was stopped by 2 police. They did it. This is a long story. I've probably told this one before. Anyway, so they did this U-turn and like across like 4 lanes of traffic, you know, double white lines, and they just pulled over, screeched, and the whole, why are you pushing a trolley down a main road? I'm taking it back to the supermarket. And they found that difficult to believe. It was easier to believe that I was going to use it to rob houses with, which I thought was pretty funny. But they didn't. They found it really serious. So I kind of just, you know, rolled my eyes and played along. Anyway, so there's that. I'll talk to you about that in a second. There's more to do with that. What I'd actually like to get on with first was I was thinking that perhaps that people out there were not getting the right impression about what we're actually doing here. We are all famous television personalities. You know, don't get me wrong. Nick Testoni is perhaps just the pinnacle, just the tip of the iceberg. The rest of us are the rest of the iceberg, and we're big and angular, you know? And I just wanted to prove this by showing that I have 2 shirts and that I have wardrobe. I have serious wardrobe because, you know, in the earlier shirts I was wearing this and now I'm wearing this and it's completely different. And if you didn't know me, you'd be like, what is he doing there? So there's that. And the other thing that just came to me today, I was at work doing nothing as usual. I got sacked and got hired again, but that's another story. I'll tell that next week. And I was looking at my shoes for no particular reason, and it said man-made materials. And I thought, that's really good. You mean there are some shoes that are not made by mankind out there? And that was great. That was just like a revelation for me because I sat there thinking about how many shoes were not made by mankind. And I've decided that there probably are quite a few that have been imported, you know, like the monkey-made shoes. And, you know, salamanders have a roaring trade in shoes. I don't know what it is, you know, I don't understand. Perhaps it's because it's made in China. I don't know, man-made materials. Anyway, beyond that, the book I'm reviewing this week is called Planet Joe. And here we have the cover of Planet Joe. And what was said to me just before I came onto the show was that perhaps it was a little depressing and dour, and that perhaps he was a little obsessive, and maybe they didn't say these things, but I'm going to use these things. Perhaps he was just a little slightly a bit angsty. And when you think about it, people say that about Rollins too. And people say that about Rollins and Joe Cole, and they say, why can't they do something else except be obsessed with sadness and depression and you know, the general downside of life? And you know, I don't know. I can't actually answer that question. I don't know them, but I don't think that perhaps it's the same thing for them over and over again. You know, I don't think it's like a theme that they're trying to rework. It just happens to be, you know, a reflection of how they feel. That doesn't sound like I particularly know what I'm talking about, so I'll just move quickly on. Planet Joe is really about his sadness and depression. It is not, I mean, really about the bands playing. It discusses the bands and it says how cool they are and stuff that happens on tour, and it's, in that respect, it's, you know, your ye old on the road Jack Kerouac kind of vision. You know, we tour every day and sleep all day and in the cars and just all this stuff, and you know, sex, drugs, and rock and roll, and it really is all there, and I'll give you some readings. Early in the novel, early in the kind of biographical piece or whatever, it's compared to, very loosely compared, to Joseph Conrad's Heart of Darkness. And I don't know why I found this apt, because it's not actually written in a similar style, and it doesn't, in terms of literary, you know, you're not actually reading something that is particularly intellectually aloof, if you will. It's not something that says, you know, and on the third day. It's very much kind of when you're 20-something and there's nothing out there for you, you don't have anywhere else to go. Something like in the movie Kids, you know, when you're young you have nowhere else to go, so you go inside. And it's just like, I think that's where Joe Cole was really at all the time. He was writing, he couldn't get away from, you know, how he felt inside, and so his view of the world, I mean, obviously this is so obvious, but his view of the world was so skewed by his feeling that without him, you know, like he was very obsessed with the idea that without him there would be none of anything bad or good or anything in particular, that he, for a lot of it, he just goes, I am God, Joe Cole, I am God. In fact, I believe his last words are, I have nothing but a right, Joe Cole is God. Which you can take in probably 2 ways. You can take it as ironic, which is, you know, you can say all these things about your life and they may or may not be true, and it's, you know, not a big deal. But, or you can say, you know, Joe Cole is God, and I'd prefer to believe that he was actually taking an ironic context, but you never know. It's kind of sad about the entire deal. I'll just read you the Heart of Darkness one. My instincts are always right. These type of things happen over and over. Also, Rollins found me a copy of Heart of Darkness, which is a great story and fits right into this whole trip. So it's not really his words, it's mine that actually sees it as Heart of Darkness, this journey into nowhere else. I guess my real reason for taking it as an ironic piece as opposed to, you know, really I am so down on myself all the time. I mean, I'm sure he was. I'm sure he had problems. But is that he can, you know, he sees the irony in his own life, and he sees the irony especially in the touring scene. I'll read you, they play with this metal band called Venom. I'll just read you this because it's really funny. Tonight's show with Venom was like living Spinal Tap for real. They played black metal, satanic rock stars. They acted like they were playing Madison Square Gardens. The drummer, Abaddon, had a drum roadie by his drum set holding a fan on him so that his hair looked like it was blowing in the winds of hell. The guitar player, Mantis, kept playing these cheesy metal leads and then pointing at the crowd, making evil, possessed grimaces to let them know he was at war with Satan. The most spinal tap of all, though, was the bass player, singer Kronos. He kept telling the crowd that they were wild. You guys are wild. You want to hear something that will kick your balls off? The name of the next song is Love Amongst the Dead. Pretty sick, huh? If you've got any lighters, you can get them out like this guy here. Okay, here we go. I don't think Kronos could even play his bass. He mostly flexed his muscles, stuck his tongue out at the crowd, gave them the Hail Satan sign while telling them how wild they were. Anyway, so it goes on like that, and he just basically sits there and takes a piss out of this band that, was like supposedly serious and so on. But he would do that with their own band. If he thought something was funny, he'd say it was funny, and he was like, I think, perhaps I'm just drawing this out, but I think there's something that's at the heart of this novel that's also at the heart of Roland's music, and I think that's probably why they were best friends, is that they're driven to be honest, honest with themselves and honest with other people, and so honest that it becomes like brutal, and the brutality is actually like they're physically brutal. I mean, the Black Flag shows are kind of legendary. Like, people would get up on stage and the band would kind of like hit them and stuff, and people would spit on the band and the band would spit back on them and stuff. Actually, I'll read some of those because you wouldn't believe it until you read it, and then you think that's so weird. During Black Flag's set, some guy threw a glass of beer on Rollins and spit on him, then took off running out the door of the club, so I took off after him and caught him as he crossed the street. Rollins stopped playing and came out behind me with the rest of the club following him. I held the guy's arms behind his back while Rollins spat in his face and asked him how much money he had on him. The guy was scared shitless and said we could have his money, so Rollins went through his pockets grabbing all the money he had. Then he looked at the guy and asked him if he still liked to spit on people, and took the guy's money and threw it in the middle of the street. The guy was almost in tears when Rollins walked back to the club to finish the set. And this happens like week in, week out, all the time. The other thing that always happens is the cops always seem to stop them when they're really smacked out of their minds. And there's a particularly beautiful scene where Joe Cole is sitting in a diner trying to dive into a glass of orange juice because he thinks it's going to be like this huge trip to dive into it. So he sits there with his face in it, which is actually more funny to read it than to be told about it. Anyway, so there you go. Why am I talking about this in such a detached manner? I guess because I wasn't really thinking about the book. When I read the book, I was thinking about like all these other stuff about, what I knew about Rollins and Joe Cole and, Henry Rollins is gay and stuff like that, which didn't make sense. None of it really clicked as particularly newsworthy. So I wasn't like, what is the background to this story? And it kind of went round and round in my head, like Joe Cole gets shot, Rollins releases records, stuff like that. And they release records, I don't know, there's not particularly much in any of these. I believe he released this one, which is the Big Ugly Mouth record. I'll just leave that there for you. He released that like 2 months after it. And that was like a spoken word record where he did, spoken word shows and stuff like that. And I think, especially on that record, he kind of, a lot of the spoken word stuff he did, he'd been doing it a couple of years before, but really especially on that tour, the Big Ugly Mouth tour, and the subsequent shows and so on, the stuff that was just after that, he became a lot more focused upon, the need to be honest with yourself and with other people. And he would like really stress that, and he'd tell stories about like how stupid it is not to face up to yourself and like not to come to grips with who you are, because otherwise you're living fantasies and it's just like totally unworthwhile.
Right. Some say he's the greatest player to ever play the game.
Thank you. So there you go. Some say he's the greatest player. Henry Rollins just like totally loved Joe Cole, and Joe Cole got shot, and I think it really screwed Rollins up. But you see that, and I don't think a lot of people see that the honesty in Rollins' work, probably a lot of it derives from how he and Joe Cole used to hang out, and that they never really faced up to themselves until Joe Cole got shot and whatever. So I think songs like Liar and Low Self-Opinion, like people go, oh well, it's like Rollins beating down and preaching. And I got this thing out of the local paper, this one, the Skunk and Nazi gig, and they described Skunk and Nazi as ballsy as Rollins, but without the preaching. And that came to me as funny because I don't really see it as preaching. I kind of see it like, telling it how it is kind of sounds really gay, but that's basically it. It's like, actually I came up with this thing while I was at work, was that the people that didn't like the preaching were most often the people who couldn't stand the practicing. The people that couldn't deal with it in their own lives were unable to deal with the idea that someone would want to talk about it. Anyway, I think that's just about it. I think I've kind of brought it up to the end.
Later.
And I'm out of here. All right, I'll catch you later. See ya.
20 miles in the air or on the roadway. Next town may be for me. I've had my share of drunken bars and one night stand sickly smell of cheap perfume. Played my guitar just to make a buck or two. Can you get it together when you're lonely? Thinking through the cloudiness of drinking, and the only place for me is home. Home is where the heart is, and my heart I'll always follow. Look out on me, my friends, I'm coming home. Because the only place for me is home. Telling tales about the homeland, it's bound to get you through. If I could leave this place tomorrow, sure I would, but I'd stay and try a little bit longer. Another town just as pretty as the last as we drive the Trans-Canada Highway. If I expect too much, I'll be let down too soon. My only friend inside a bottle, a bottle of red, a bottle of Jack. There's been lots of thinking through the cloudiness of drinking, and the only place for me is home. Where the heart is, and my heart I'll always follow. Look out on me, my friends, I'm coming home. Because the only place for me is home.
Star Nick Testoni and Gold Logie. No, not Gold Logie. Sorry.
No, that was Ray Martin.
I'm sorry. It's always Ray. It's always
Ray.
Ray.
You talent or no talent or something like that. Yes.
That's pretty impressive. And best new talent starting at here, CTV.
Yes, absolutely.
How did you get started here?
Well, I was interested in getting into the television industry in
behind the scenes or acting?
At that stage, behind the scenes, strictly, yeah. And I just had applied to a university which I'd just been rejected to get into the course, so I didn't really know where I was headed. And a friend of the family saw it in a newspaper and mentioned it to my dad, who told me, and I came along here, and that's basically how it started. I didn't have anything to do that Friday night, so yeah.
Yeah, and then you moved on from here to level 23. How did you do the transition? How long were you here for? And then.
Well, I was here for about, I think maybe 2 years. I could probably tell you about my on and off, but yeah, I kind of went walkabout a few times, but I always came back because it was such good fun. And didn't I say that? No, it was. I mean, I actually painted a poster here that said "Couch Potatoes Revenge." This is the segment you've inherited. Yeah. So how are you treating the segment?
Good. We've shortened the name to Couch Pots. That's how we're generally
right. Yeah.
And generally we don't get to watch a lot of television because we're too busy.
Well, you know, I've got that in common because I hardly ever watch the TV. And I came in to review the programs, and sometimes I drag on unwilling guests to come on.
Yeah.
Like, let's talk about the TV programs.
So you're talking about getting on to level 23?
Right, okay, yeah. So that was, it was a great kind of grounding for that. And when I went for the level 23 job, it was a great reference to have. And, people did take notice of it.
Really?
Yeah, you might not think so, but definitely.
Something to look out for, everyone here, just in case you want to be on Home and Away.
And how did you get
Well,
onto
you're going to make the
Home and
leap
Away?
now before you dish
yes,
me out.
yes.
You're going to, okay.
How did you get onto Home and Away? Did they have auditions and you just...
Yeah, I mean...
Or were you spotted in the street?
No. I'd been auditioning, I think, probably for, well, a couple of years while I was doing this, just on the side to see if I could get anything. And, I went for a number of parts.
In Home and Away?
Yeah,
Was it your dream to be on Home and Away?
I wouldn't go that far, but
Okay.
it obviously was, it's a good career gig if you want to kind of, make some strides in the industry. And so, it's given me a good opportunity, definitely, to kind of do the things I'm more interested in, which are more kind of community television orientated, getting behind the camera.
I see. You won a Logie for the best new talent. What does it feel like to get up on stage, and get the trophy from TV Week? Was that a dream ever, or was it just like a shock?
Well, I was up against Vulcan, and I thought that he might beat the hell out of me if I won. But no, it was like I think I was up against Kate Fisher. So
that's
people,
a tough act.
it was good. I think one of the past winners was Paul Hogan, so that's pretty good.
Has there been any hassles being on all these covers of magazines? TV's most likely to succeed. Is there teeny boppers running up to you all the time and sort of?
No, it is what you make it. I mean, you can kind of strut around and say, well, this is all that I am. In which case, that's a pretty narrow view to have. There's nothing wrong with it necessarily, but it's not the one I have. I'd prefer to kind of take advantage of it and use it and kind of keep trying to go forward the way I did when I first came into CTV. Before my poster was thrown out. Did we talk about how...
we talked about that. I wish we still had that poster.
Yeah, I do too. It was tossed out. Never mind. It's about this big. Had a potato sitting on the couch.
Maybe we should make on one day.
Yeah. We always have these plans, but
Yeah.
So where do you see yourself going after Home and Away? Do you want to stay there for a while, or?
Yeah, probably. It's a good gig to get, and if I stay on for next, I'm up for renegotiation actually at the moment, and so I'm just trying to, but you don't.
We don't talk about that.
It would be good. It would be good. Why not? Yeah. Unless there's something else definite that's on offer in front of you, sure.
So do you enjoy your work there? Is it hard work, or?
Yeah, some days are harder than others.
Yeah, so I hear it's a 5 o'clock start.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it myself.
Yeah, because basically you're making 2.5 hours of television a week.
It's
a lot, so
you
kind of go in and sometimes you feel like you're part of a sausage factory, but there are rewarding
There are worse
bits about
jobs
it.
to have.
Sure.
We know about that, don't we? Did you have anything else you wanted to ask?
Not particularly, just
Can I ask you a question?
Go for it.
Yeah. What kind of TV show have you reviewed Home and Away?
Oh yeah.
Okay, and how can I put this? How were they? What was the review like?
We're actually quite supportive of Australian television.
Yeah, that's exactly the same thing I said on TV. You guys are going to get something because that's exactly the same shit that I said on TV Week, which is a bad misquote, by the way. That's the peril of the media. It's a misquote, but yeah.
I just always regurgitate the same storylines and things like that. But
the themes are the same. The storylines aren't. Well, I should say.
Are you big in England? I mean, Home and Away, they worship that show.
Yeah, I was actually over there about a month ago for a couple of weeks, and everyone watches it over there. There's
a lot twice a day.
Yeah, people go home from school to watch it. It's amazing. It's part of their culture. It really is.
Sunny Australia.
Yeah, if only they could come here and come down to CTV. Maybe now they will.
We've got to support Australian television over American television, which Liz and I are always talking about.
Yeah, always bitching about. Yeah.
So you're pro-Australian television?
Yeah. Well, good Australian television. I mean, I watched Medivac last week, and it was a bit of a disappointment.
Really?
Yeah.
What's your rating system?
Oh, I don't really have a rating system. Just sort of thumbs up and thumbs down at this point.
Heartbreak High is a really top Australian show.
Yeah, it's pretty good. We love Heartbreak High.
Well, you've got to say that.
I saw a good show on the ABC last week. It was an Australian story. They have different stories, Australians from their perspective, and they had Kwan from Regurgitator, and that was really interesting.
Yeah, I wanted to see that. Yeah, you know, well, Heartbreak High's gone to the ABC now as well. So.
Really?
Yeah, actually they'll put it in a better time slot instead of in the middle of the night.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the thing. Can I just say this? The one thing that's good about CTV in comparison, a lot of good things, but particularly you're not subject to the ratings and all that.
Yeah,
kind of
you
garbage.
can do what you want, and you can say what you like as well. You can have opinions and not have to worry about whether you're going to offend Carrie Packer or whoever it is here.
Home and Away or me.
Yeah. Of course.
Recovered stuff.
Who said that?
See,
You're out of here,
see,
Mickey.
3 years ago that would have been level 23, so you know nothing's been the same. It all evolved. You haven't asked me about Over the Hill, which was the program I did in between.
Right.
Where's your research? Come on.
Yeah. I didn't see it, so I didn't think it was worth talking about.
You didn't see it?
It was a short-lived comedy.
Ask Aaron about Bruce Banner, the legendary, and
It was comedy. I think I might have. It didn't do too well. Is that right?
It did bloody awfully. Well, I might be around the bush.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, but I mean, great actors.
I can't even
Maybe
remember.
Aaron will do a Bruce Spence tribute one night. Anyway.
Anyway,
We all want to go.
you've quoted, this is a quote from this week's TV guide. Where he'll be in 10 years, has the drive to become the next Mel Gibson, home and away to Braveheart.
Well,
What do you think of that?
Who are we to argue with Sun Herald now?
So what's that? Look, you're on the cover. I mean, it must be so bizarre.
He's up alongside Ian Gahar here.
Seeing your face. Yeah, well. And Indira Do. She's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess
Do you know the nicknames you call? Do you, like on the
we're
street?
called?
Yeah,
No,
like
you personally
Nick
are called.
Testosterone and Nick.
Yeah,
does
look,
that bother you?
Well, I've been getting that since kindergarten. So,
yeah. You're
in
used
fact,
to
that's
it.
what I used to be called here at CTV. You don't get called by something really hurtful.
Not yet. Everyone calls
Come
it
back.
Dizzy.
Well, thank you for being on our segment. We really appreciate having you on as a guest.
That's a pleasure. You've done Count Potts real proud.
Thank
very
you.
pleased.
Yay, that's very touching. And good luck after home and away and doing whatever it is that you're going to do.
Thank you
Recovery.
very much.
Yay, thank you.
I don't know what it is, but the sex segment is always a hard act to follow, don't you think? Sex generally is a hard act to follow, but certainly that segment. Well, here we are for Couch Potatoes Revenge, the ultimate episode of the year. And this evening, I brought along a guest. And Brent, welcome to community television.
Thanks a lot. It's good to be here. This is quite an experience.
It certainly is. Now, do you have anything like this where you come from in Perth?
Well, no, not really. In Perth, Perth is kind of like a bit of a country town, you know. And we've got our TV stations, but pretty much nothing else.
Nothing like this. Do you think something like this is a good idea in Perth?
I think it's a really great idea because, there's so many young people all around here getting a chance to get behind the cameras and sit inside a control room and just learn all about television.
Yeah.
And I think it's really good. I wish I had something like this when I was starting out and stuff.
Yeah. Well, Brent's been modest because he's actually been working in the industry for about 6 years. Now, Brent, what are some of the shows you've been working on?
On television, I've been working on a show in Perth called Kids Company, which is like this afternoon kids show for an hour, 3:30 to 4:30. We had, I don't know, music videos and all that kind of stuff, and that was pretty cool. And we had a puppet on there, which no one in Sydney would have any idea about, a puppet called Kenny Kidner, who was an Australian marsupial, right, and an echidna, but he was really fat with spiky hair, and he was kind of like a punk marsupial.
Oh, wow.
And he was only about that big, and he talked. Unlike Fat Cat or any of these other things, he actually talked, and he used to abuse us, and he was pretty cool.
Is that kind of like Ozzy Ostrich? Or did he have his own voice, or was it Don Blackman?
Like Ozzy Ostrich, but there was a guy underneath, and he would just sit there, and we could pat him on the head, and the puppet would be above there. So that was a show I was on for about 5 years.
Oh, right.
And that was pretty cool. And then I sort of got fed up with Perth, and I came over to Sydney, and I did another show. I keep getting stuck with these kid shows in the afternoon, believe it or not. A show that went on at 4:30, so I graduated in time, called Totally Wild.
Moving up in the time slot.
Yeah, Totally Wild, and that was wild animals and other wild things, climbing to the top of Centrepoint Tower, up the pole to where the light bulb is and stuff.
Oh, right. How'd you find that?
Pretty, windy.
Are you height phobic?
Not anymore.
No.
So that was pretty good.
Yeah.
And then another show which used to be on Saturday and Sunday mornings called Wild Weekend, where I got to travel around Australia for 3 months and just go to places.
Right, fantastic. Well, Brent's actually had the good fortune to land himself a job on a new television show which is coming up next year called...
I can't remember. What's it called again?
Level something, level number
23.
22, level 23, that's it. Yes, billed for an early evening time slot next year on Channel 10.
Got some great presenters on it, hasn't it?
Certainly does. Well, you know, so I've heard. Yeah, it's hoping to be everything that television isn't at the moment. Exciting, entertaining, different is the word. Would you agree?
Yeah, definitely do. I mean, take a look at the two of us. Different, right? Yeah. No, it's going to be like the hottest new show on Australian television. For a start, it's going on at a prime time, the best time of night. I'm not allowed to tell you, it's like a secret.
We can't tell you, but if you don't like the news, then you're in luck. I'm not giving anything away there, though.
And it's going on 5 nights a week, and it's just going to be a fantastic new show. It's going to be really good.
Yeah, we're dealing with health, fashion, beauty, sport, movies, everything and anything, and not in a boring way either, in an irreverent kind of twisting all the ideas around.
Yeah, and you get to see Nick wearing Speedos. I mean, how's that?
But you promised you weren't going to say that.
He's wearing them now. Do you want to see Nick's Speedo? Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Actually, they're a pair of Speedos. No, I won't. They're red, so they kind of fit the Christmas
This actually
theme.
goes along with the safe sex sort of theory.
It does.
No one would have sex with you wearing that.
But apparently the colour red attracts sharks.
Well, yeah, you could get into that if you wanted to.
Yeah. No, I was doing an interview with Guy Andrews and the Iron Men today, and so I scored a free pair of Speedos.
I've got a name dropping,
cool.
right, yeah.
And speaking of segments that we're doing, what are some of your favourite segments you've done?
Put me on the spot. Today I went out to Newtown and met up with these punks that play in a punk rock band called Toe to Toe. That was pretty cool. And like the guy had earrings through his nose and ears and everywhere else, but he wouldn't show us the other spots, which was a bit of a bummer.
Really?
Yeah, but apparently they were really good spots that he had little earrings. And so that was that. And then this morning I went out and saw these girls making jewellery. That was a little bit different.
Yeah, there's a whole range of kind of subjects that we're touching on. And if any of you have ideas or thoughts or suggestions for segments...
Keep them to yourself.
Yeah. We're really on the lookout to fill a hell of a lot of segments, so if you've got personalities or subjects that you might be interested in, then...
Call Nick.
Well, not Nick so much, but
call Nick.
Level 23, which is...
in the phone book.
In the phone book, basically, episodes, yeah. Channel 10, they'll redirect you on. All right, now, Brent, Christmas is again with us. What does Christmas mean to you?
Well, you can put me on the spot here. What does Christmas mean to me? Well, this year Christmas means that I'm away totally from all my family and all the friends that I left behind in WA.
Bum, are you getting time to go back?
No, well, we're working really hard. They make us work.
Yeah.
So no, I'm not getting time off to go back to WA, but I'll be sticking around Sydney. I don't know what I have no idea. If anyone's looking for an extra person to sit at their dinner table on Christmas Day, Channel 10, the same number. No, I haven't worked it. I haven't bought Christmas presents. I haven't done anything.
No, it kind of comes on you before you're really expecting it, doesn't Christmas?
It certainly does. This is the most Christmassy I've been with a Christmas tree and everything like that.
Yeah.
I've got a Christmas tree. I just haven't unpacked it yet.
Maybe we can hang out here on Christmas Day. Have our own little party. If you want to join us, you know where it is.
Yeah, all the lonely people,
Will you be watching much TV over Christmas, do you think?
Well, traditionally, Christmas time is the worst time of the year for television. You can't get any worse TV than over the summer period. Because, I don't know if you guys know, but TV, they have ratings throughout the year at different periods. And Christmas time, they say, ratings, no, out the window.
Yeah.
So no one cares what they put on because the ratings don't count for anything.
Yeah.
So they just put on the worst possible programs they can possibly put on to get rid of them and to fill up the space during Christmas.
Yeah.
So we the viewers get lumpered with them.
When does ratings season start up again? Do you know?
No.
That's not when our show goes.
About when our show starts, which is about the middle of January.
All right.
So ratings will start then. So as soon as you start seeing good TV programs come on air, that's when the ratings happen.
Right. And this time of year is also the dreaded period of the time when you see all those, have a Merry Christmas from channel whatever, and all the personalities of coming on and doing their thing, and it's really cheesy. Now, Breno, well, we did an ad like that, didn't we? And how would you describe it?
When you watch television and you see all these people come on and say, we wish you have a Merry Christmas and all that sort of stuff, you have no idea what happens behind the scenes. We rocked up to this Christmas shop in Oxford Street somewhere, and this lady gave us the script of things that we had to say, they sounded like they were coming from ourselves, and they were the dickiest things.
Yeah.
Don't tell anyone, but they're really
relatives,
bad.
presents and food, that's all fine, but let's see something.
And they make us say really dumb things, that's the fit.
Yeah, now what did you say?
I have to say it was presents and have a cool Yule.
In a really up vibe and hip kind of way.
And then they put that together with something cool that you said, wasn't it?
Yeah, a turkey flavoured thick shake.
Okay, put those together, get what you want.
Yeah, there you have it. So if you're intrigued, level 23. Yeah, so, well, basically, that's about it. We didn't get a chance to talk about much TV, but hey, that's...
Well, make sure you guys watch level 23 next year, okay? This is like a big commercial here. Level 23, it's going to be on like between 6 and 7 weeknights, 5 nights a week, and it's going to be the best show on TV.
We'll leave you with that thought. Have a very Merry Christmas, and I'll see you later on. Bye for now.
Evening, guests. Now I don't want any laughing.
Yes, Reverend.
welcome to a very brief film forum tonight. We've had such a packed show that I've got to, pare it down into a very quick segment. So I'll just be talking about one film tonight, a movie I saw yesterday called The Island of Dr. Moreau, which is of interest to Australian viewers because it was actually filmed up in Queensland somewhere. It's another film version of an old story written by H.G. Wells many years ago, and is basically about a guy whose plane goes down in the middle of the ocean. He gets rescued by a very strange character played by Val Kilmer and taken back to an island which is run by Dr. Moreau, who is played by Marlon Brando. And it turns out Marlon Brando is a former Nobel Prize winning scientist who has taken off to this island to conduct a lot of very unusual experiments involving the fusing of human and animal genes. So basically the whole island is made up of half man and half animal creatures running around. Apart from that, there's really not much doing in the way of story. It's basically the character Edward Douglas, who has been shipwrecked on the island, his realisation of what's going on, and then his kind of war of wills with Moreau over what he's doing, if it's morally right, morally wrong, and then of course, as you would expect, the animals take over the island and lots of fighting and violence ensues. Interesting things behind the camera on this film. The script was written originally by a guy called Richard Stanley, who made a really bad film a couple of years ago called Hardware. He was originally the director of it, which sucked. He was the director of the film, but according to some reports was actually thrown off the project due to some problems he was having with Val Kilmer, at the moment one of Hollywood's kind of worst bad boys. So Richard Stanley was thrown off and was replaced by a director, one of my favourite directors actually, a guy called John Frankenheimer, who is perhaps most famous for his film The Manchurian Candidate and a great cult film with Rock Hudson, believe it or not, called Seconds. So I thought, yeah, this is good. John Frankenheimer, very good director. I thought, good subject matter. Marlon Brando is in it, Val Kilmer, David Thewlis from Naked is the hero. So I was a little bit excited, and I went along, and I was completely crushed by the absolute poor quality of this film. Marlon Brando and Val Kilmer, I'm pretty sure, were both on drugs during the shooting of the entire film. I think both of them have treated the whole movie as a complete joke. Marlon Brando does a very odd Winston Churchill impression throughout the film, and Val Kilmer spends most of his time doing Marlon Brando impersonations. So it's basically two like a Hollywood bad boy of the past and a new bad boy just kind of beating off on screen. And in the middle there's David Thewlis, like a pretty cool English actor who obviously has no idea what he's doing in this film. He actually replaced Joel Fleischman from Northern Exposure, who was so people were kicked off this film left, right and centre. He was originally playing his role but was kicked off because probably Val Kilmer didn't like him either. So they got David Thewlis in and he took over, and I don't think he has any idea what was going on. So the film is a huge mess, not very interesting plot-wise, muddled direction, tired plot lines. Really the only interest is for watching two very, very peculiar performances by Val Kilmer and Marlon Brando. The only bonus for me in this case was that about 10 minutes before the film ended, the projector broke. So I didn't actually, well, it didn't break. The film just stopped. The lights went on, and Billy Idol's White Wedding started playing over the sound system. Yeah, it was really cool. And then we were given the option of getting our money back, which I didn't hesitate in doing, and also getting a complimentary pass to see the next session of the film and watch it all again. So, that was not very good prospect.
You're giving away passes on the show tonight?
Only to people I don't like. So I went and got my money back. So I'd usually give a film a mark out of $12 of how much I'd like to pay for this film, but I think it was really fitting that I didn't have to pay for this film. But if I had, I would say it was probably worth about, well, $1 for Marlon Brando and $1 for Val Kilmer and another dollar for this little weird midget guy who's like fused with some other animal, and him and Marlon do like double symphonies, but Marlon's got a really big piano and this little midget sitting on top with a little piano and playing, and that was pretty good. And he appears in the nude as well, which was really good. But the film on the whole is complete rubbish and a real slight on the name of John Frankenheimer. So out of $12, I'm going to give The Island of Dr. Moreau, $3. So don't go and see this one. It's very bad. And fortunately, that's all I have time to talk about tonight. But I'll be back next week to talk about hopefully some more interesting films. I'll see you then. My name's Aaron Free. I'm a presenter on CTV. I do my show on Friday nights, which is the Wisdom Chambers Youth Review, which sort of has given me a lot of insight into the way sort of though it's a small scale television operation, not like sort of Channel 10 or Channel 9 or anything like that. It does give you an insight into the rudiments of the way television's put together. I think all the young people on the show with CTV are given an opportunity that they wouldn't be given. Channels like major commercial channels, impossible to get a job there. I've tried. I'm 21. I've tried on many occasions to get a job with major commercial stations, and the thing they always ask for is experience. And if you can't work at a TV station, then you can't get experience. And I think that's the most important thing that CTV offers. It allows young volunteers, teenagers, young kids that would have absolutely no opportunity to work in television under any other circumstances, allows them to come in and do a various number of jobs: camera, floor managing, vision mixing, presenting, which is what I do. I have my own show. Producing, directing, any number of things, which sort of it's just a small stepping stone to bigger things, and sort of a real confidence builder. It's built my confidence a lot. Has made me sort of believe that one day I may be able to break into real television. So I think CTV is a really important thing, and
well, what a show!
What a
show! Thanks to all the crew and all the presenters and everyone who's done so much hard work tonight, and to the band for coming in. It was really action-packed.
What about that band? What about that band?
Woo! Now, I believe you've got something very serious we need to talk about. And it's on your shirt.
Amnesty International Day, and I don't know if it happened to you. It happened to me today. I went out for we've had union agreements at work, and now I get 17 and a half minutes for lunch. So I went out for lunch, and it was like I'm walking out of the building, and there was this little high school girl with this tray, and it was like, you want to buy a badge for Amnesty, and and then the next corner it was like the same thing. It was like when you're at a rifle range and you're shooting, and it's just like the person comes. Same thing. Do you want to buy another badge for Amnesty? And I'm just eating my sandwich in the park. And it's like they're in the background. I need some suspension.
Suspension music?
Yeah. Just in the background. They're just floating around.
Yeah.
I had this in my peripheral vision. I noticed one of them had taken one of the badges and was using it like a mirror. There was Morse code. He's finished the sandwich. He's heading east. And I sort of was talking to the person with me. I said, okay, if I get one more badge, if I get one more call to buy a badge, I will buy a badge, because I'm a very, how I sponsor the child.
Yep. In Hollywood.
No, Southeast Illinois.
Sorry.
There are kids out there. They're listening to radios without graphic equalizers. 2 blocks down the street.
And you're going to do something about it.
The kid I sponsor, 2 blocks down the street, his friends don't even have access to semi-automatic rifles. Okay? It's a tough life. He has to wear, like the kid I sponsor, his little brother has to wear, doesn't have access to official Shaquille O'Neal merchandise. It's got to be stopped.
Anyway, that's getting off the true and good cause of amnesty.
I got to the car, and she had the badge. There was a girl at my car stationed. I swear I saw her put the walkie-talkie down. And she said I look good in silver.
Oh, good. That's nice, Scott.
And that's my story.
Did you buy the candle?
I saw the candle. I thought, look, it's the 20th century, babe.
Fair enough.
We've got halogens at work.
Well, I think it's time to wrap up this extra special show.
What do you mean by wrap up?
You know, well, thanks again to everyone for all their effort, and we'll be back next week with all those regular segments that everyone loves.
And it's back to Mickey and the CTV1 orchestra.
Whoa!
And some rapping,
and some
breaking, and some...
Does that matter? Who cares?
And some graffiti, and some breaking, and then you're gonna see some more breaking.
Hey, I was asked to close the show tonight, because it was a recovery show. So I thought I'd do a little flow. Oh, I don't know, because it's CTV. You see me, Mickey, and Nathan. We were kicking it with the turntables, and I'm able to proceed. Check it. Scott arrived, I didn't know why. I thought he was going to tell a little lie about, oh, I'm late, I'm sorry, it's 10, I finished work. Jerk. Sorry, man. But Elisabeth whistled women's issue. I need a tissue. Oh, I got one in my pocket. Oh, like a rocket it flies onto my deck. What the heck? I throw it away. Then I'll say, hey, thanks to the couch pot. Smoke pot. No, don't. No, couch pot, take two. Oh, it's my flow. I lost it. But I got it back again. And then again and again until the end. Nick Testoni. What is it? I don't know, but I ate macaroni for dinner and breakfast tomorrow morning. Oh, I'm yawning. It's getting kind of late. Go to bed, go on a date. It's Friday night, tomorrow's Saturday. We got a production meeting? I don't think so. Cause it's C, the T, the V, the 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 C, the T, the V. See? Mickey says peace. Thanks for listening. Recovery doesn't suck. Peace. Have a nice time. See you next week. Thanks a lot, guys.